campaign as well, and so I was delighted to see that from the group at this early stage as well.
In terms of how the group's looking, we're obviously still in the summer window. Are you still looking to do a bit of business in that?
Yeah, we are. We're still active. There's loads of stuff that's always ongoing. We've been close to a couple of things that haven't quite happened. This week we'll see how that progresses as well. But where we're at with the group, the group's strong as well. You're always looking for more. You're always looking for better. But there's no rush with it. There's no panic either. If we can get the right bits that we feel improve the starting group, then we'll look to do it.
And in terms of today's game, if you were to get a win, how much would that just build the momentum going into the league season next week?
Yeah, it does, and I think the win would give us a seeded place for the next tie, for the next round as well. Builds momentum into the league. We've said that since the start. This with the holders of this competition. These aren't extension of pre-season for us. Our season started in our first cup game against Dunfermline, and we've had a good run in terms of results. There's still so much we need to keep improving on in terms of our performances, and we just need to keep building week on week.
Craig McLeish chatting with Andrew Petrie, saying there are still loads of activity going on in the background. He's hoping to get a few deals done. I mean, actually they're going to need it. I think it's about 14 players, Stephen, who are out of the squad from last season. They've only brought in 5 so far.
So he's kind of promoted a few from, well, I would say so. He's promoted a few up from the kind of 19s, and young Luke Douglas is on the bench, Thomas Faulkner and Carrick McAvoy has been involved in all the games so far this season. So I mean, that's a positive that he's done that and lifted them. But you're right, probably does need a few more bodies in the door, maybe a wee bit more experience. I mean, you look at the players that have gone out. O'Hara was obviously a club captain, a big player over the course of his time at the club. Freckleton, a superb defender. He was never going to stay long, Freckleton. Dan Lundley, Scott Tanzer, Mandron scored some very important goals. McMenamin's away. Younger's injured. He's just signed a new deal, but he's injured. So you take those players out. I mean, most of them would play in years gone by. So it's a kind of new look, if you like, and a freshness. And I think he's brought a kind of younger vibe to the squad when you look at even the players that he's signed. Obviously, St Mirren don't have a massive budget, and in terms of going out and getting players in, it's difficult when you've not got the money there to do that. So he's had to be a wee bit more inventive. He's obviously brought in Fieldson from the Championship, Mockery from the Championship, both talented young players who he obviously trusts to do the job for him. The test will be, and Colley's seen more of Fieldson than I have, but when the games start rolling in the big league, can they cope? So Craig obviously thinks that they can, and hopefully they can, but that's going to be the test for them. The squad itself still has a few kind of experienced boys in it that you need. You've got your Marcus Fraser and Gogic and obviously Killian Phillips in the middle of the pitch, but out with that, it's not a massively experienced squad in terms of Premiership football. So it's kind of a bit of the unknown, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like we're just going to have to wait and see how they do it.
Yeah, as Stephen was saying there, a bit of experience still in the squad, Ian. But are they getting the benefit there of Craig McLeish having clearly been in charge of the younger talents at the club, will have worked with them on a regular basis, will know and understand them, and he can immediately identify those that he feels have the potential to succeed at first team level, whereas another manager coming in would have had no real idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is a positive. A word to the caution though, when you sign a lot of potential and you're a first team manager, you really need that potential to manifest itself straight away, so I mean the two boys he signed from the Championship, I mean in that short, what you're saying is right, Richard. I think he can identify, he'll know every single. Tom would tell me before that he's taken his son's team for about 9 years, so he'll know everybody that's come through the system there, and the ones that he feels are good enough, and the identikit that he thinks will make us a first team player. The interest, I think Fieldson will cruise the Premier League. I think physically it'll be no problem to him. Chris Mockery's a really interesting one. I don't know if you remember, he was a kind of next big thing at Dundee United.
Dundee United, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and he was really tipped to do really well, and he's one of these boys that had to take, and listen, the game is littered with them, that had to take a step back, 2 steps back, League One, to move